One year can change everything in our lives. There is a whole world to explore, so many opportunities, and of course, so many things to learn about the planet we live on. Hey, I'm Adam, and I'm a traveler. This year, I spent all of my free time traveling the world. Now it's time to summarize my journeys throughout this year. So let me tell you the incredible tale of my adventures in 2023. Guys, it's December 2023 passed by in the span of 2 eye blinks. So many things happened in the world, in our lives, and in my life. So just as last year, I decided to make a summary video of my travels throughout 2023, while also showing you some behind the scenes stuff. But first of all, I just wanted to say I hope everyone is staying healthy. I hope everyone is staying safe. Let me know where you are, how your year was. Now that some people are watching my channel, I really wanna interact with you. So yeah, drop a comment and let me know. And now, on this dark and cold but cozy evening, let's go back in time and let's go back to where my year started. Everything began with my trip to the north. It was like a warm sun ray in the middle of the dark winter time. It was my first time in this region of the world, and despite the freezing cold, this real-life wonderland took my breath away. I remember recording myself after we witnessed the Northern Lights for the first time. And to be honest, after so many months, I don't think my opinion will ever change. It will stay as one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that we caught the Northern Lights on our very first night in Lapland is just pure luck, and what an amazing coincidence.
There is Aurora. I was about to sleep, but I just came out and oh my god, it's moving and everything.
So after this trip, spring arrived, and I was finally full of life and energy again. And I was ready for more. So just a couple of weeks after the previous trip, I was already on my way. The trip to Georgia was one of the biggest surprises of the year. I didn't have a lot of expectations, and the concerns I had quickly turned into wanting to explore more and more. This country drew me in so much, and our minibus adventures through the Georgian mountains made the journey wild, rough, and truly unforgettable. So I celebrated my birthday in Tbilisi, and it turned out to be so nice. So we ate at a really nice restaurant the day before my birthday, and I told them, hey, we might come back tomorrow because it's going to be my birthday. And they were like, sure, okay. And on the next day, when we went back to have dinner, they remembered and they brought me a surprise birthday cake for free. And they were even singing to me, and they gave me really nice wishes and everything. It was so nice. I was so upset because I couldn't celebrate with my friends, but at the same time, I was so happy. And I swear, Georgian hospitality is above everything. The film about Georgia was definitely a turning point on the channel. It was the first episode with partially licensed music that I paid for. And this whole video making lifestyle started to feel real somehow. It's so far from what I thought my life would be, like 10 years ago. It is pretty unbelievable. I have to consider a lot of things before traveling. I don't have a lot of money, so I do travel hacking. And one of my tricks is choosing the best offer, and I just go with it rather than choosing a specific country. And that's why sometimes I have to wait a lot of time before I can visit my dream destination. And it was exactly like this with the next country, because I waited about 5 years to travel there. The story in the Caucasian mountains did not end in Georgia. The second part of the journey was in Armenia. There was a huge contrast between the two countries. And I think staying in an old socialist guest house in Sevan really was an interesting experience. But overall, I like discovering Armenia and its treasures. So in last year's summary episode, I checked my most watched YouTube video, and at that time it had around 1,300 views. So I decided it would be interesting to compare last year to this year. So my most watched video this year has around 16,700 views. I know it is still not much on YouTube scale, but wow. And there are so many comments, like I can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And all of them are so positive. It's just crazy, and I'm so fucking thankful. Of course, I mainly travel for my own entertainment, but filming is hard work. And I had some low points. However, I was not giving up, and even if it is far from perfect, I'm proud of my work this year. And well, the hard work really paid off. The film I shot in Lithuania is one of my favorites, and every time I rewatch it, it just fills my soul with joy. I remember being so skeptic before going, but once I landed, I was sure I would fall in love. This Baltic state gained a special place in my heart, and it was my first solo trip in 2023. It was there where I just really forgot about everything. And I carelessly enjoyed being alone and exploring. Honestly, out of the two films I recorded in the Baltic states, I like the second part a little bit more. And it's funny because it got significantly less views than the first part. I have no idea how the YouTube algorithm works. But why I like the second part more is because on that part of the journey I got to spend even more time in nature, and the music tracks I found while editing, they just really reflect my soul and my inner world. So yeah, that's why. This film is my absolute favorite from this season because it just speaks for itself. The bus and train rides I took and me connecting with the Baltic nature were special moments I will always keep safe in my travel journal. And now we got to the point I was waiting for the most, and I was so eager to share this story with you guys. And I was also sad because I couldn't make a whole video out of it, but here it is. So in the middle of the summer heat, I hosted two of my best friends from Hungary, and together with my host mom, we took them on a surprise journey to the Black Sea coast. So this story started at home, with me excitedly rushing to the airport to meet my friends after not seeing them for a very long time.
Okay, I'm here, and seems like I'm on time.
I will never forget their reaction when I woke them up early in the morning. But at least it was worth it. Kicsit hazudtam meg.
Mi van?
Nem sokára itt lesz, de akkor milyen értünk.
Leruklak.
Oh, poor them. We have to get ready. The surprise adventure officially started, and we were already heading to the Black Sea. The girls had no idea where we were going. However, we couldn't keep the secret forever, as the waters appeared behind the hills.
Are you ready for an evening swim?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, the waves! This is so good! Big one coming!
I don't meet most of my friends often because we don't live in the same country. So that's why whenever I get the chance to meet them, it always feels very special. And with the girls, we were classmates back then, and we've been friends for 12 years now, which is crazy to think about. Oh, but before I get emotional, let's go back to our vacation.
Good morning. It's so interesting. I woke up exactly just right before sunrise.
Another sunny day greeted us. For the second day, we planned to show the girls more of our favorite places on the coast. But of course, everything was a surprise for them.
Are you ready for today?
I don't know if I'm ready or not.
Eljöttünk reggelit venni.
Üzlemit venni. Nyomhatom?
Igen. Mi lesz? So Blanka was dreaming of coming here for the past 6 years or something, because that's
Yes.
when we were here the last time.
It's been 6 years.
Yeah. It's so nice that showing my country to other people brings me just as much joy as traveling abroad. And well, I love making interesting plans for my guests. So we took them to a very special place, to the border of the continuous European Union.
Well, we're gonna be staying on the Turkish border, right next, like it's basically right on the border. Yeah, that's the surprise. So welcome to the gate of Europe, basically.
The gate of Europe.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Na zdravie.
To Hannah.
Yes, to Hannah.
Honestly, I was a bit confused and clueless about what to do next. And I was actually planning to go on a journey with company, but in the end we couldn't make it. So I was sitting at home, and then on the next day I ended up in Kosovo, which by the way was one of my bucket list destinations. This trip came out of nowhere. And I must say, I should do more spontaneous stuff like this, because the whole thing turned out to be amazing. Kosovo felt like home, and it managed to surpass every expectation of mine. So that's how my summer ended, and then came a much calmer period, but it didn't mean I was bored. My bestie Blanka actually came to visit me 2 more times, and I also got to go home to Hungary for a short while, and it was really nice because I got to meet friends and family, and here we are. I want to be honest with you. Of course, my life is not only fun times. Probably the hardest time for me was one of my close friends passing away from a disease, and also close ones of my close ones going through the same. It's been hard, and I still struggle with anxiety. If you remember, this is one of the reasons why I started this channel. But with all of these things going on in the world right now, I have to remind myself that I'm also fucking lucky. And I cannot take everything for granted, and I have to be grateful. And in the end, life is amazing, and we need to make the most out of it. Thank you so much for following my adventures throughout 2023. You have no idea how much your support means to me, to this random guy who is making random travel documentaries or vlogs or whatever. But some people still took the time to write so beautiful comments. So yeah, thank you. And I saved the best for last. In a couple of days, I'm going on my last trip for this year, and I'm so excited. I think it's going to be one of the craziest adventures of my life. But that's a story for next season. Take care, stay safe, and see you soon.